What is good, OD fam, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I have some more Division 2 content for you guys, and in this video, we will be breaking down one of the true OG and most popular gear sets from Division 1, Strikers Battle Gear. And in all honesty, I didn't even have a plan to make this video when Season 10 was released, but after being destroyed by this gear set for a few days, I figured it was definitely time to check all the changes they made with Season 10 and to also give my opinion on where it stands in comparison to other popular builds in both PvE and PvP, and also to showcase the versions I will be using going forward. So as always, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel, and let's get into it. So I must have completely overlooked the fact that Striker was getting a big change for Season 10, as I remember reading it on the patch notes, but it never quite hit me that it would be such an impressive change until I started losing my encounters with the gear set. And basically, we have three main changes to the way that Striker works. Weapon damage stacks have been increased from 0.5 to 0.65% up to 100 stacks. They have also given us the ability to reach 200 stacks with the chest piece talent, Press the Advantage. Plus, we can also further increase our damage with the backpack talent, Risk Management, which allows us to increase our weapon damage even further from 0.65 to 1%. And finally, in terms of maintaining our stacks, they changed how fast we lose them. So from 0 to 50, we lose 1 stack per second. From 50 to 100, we lose 2 stacks per second. And from 100 to 200, we lose 3 stacks per second. Now this for me was the most important change, as I believe the maintaining of the stacks was the main reason why many people didn't use the gear set. But with that being said, do these changes make it better? Let's have a look at my PvE build setup to see how we can maximize all these changes. First, let's just refresh our memory on the 2 and 3 piece bonuses, which are 15% weapon handling and 15% rate of fire. Now, not to totally disregard the weapon handling, because this buff will make most weapons feel like there's pretty much zero recoil, but the 15% rate of fire is crazy good. And I just posted a video last week on whether or not I think the Umbra Initiative gear set is a viable option, and I gotta say, after using Striker for the last few days, this might just be the better way to go. I mean, the main reason Umbra is so good is because of the extra RPM and damage. Well, honestly, I think Striker just does that better without having to worry about whether you're in cover or not. I mean, all the feels I get when using the Bullet King at full stacks with Umbra is pretty much the exact same as using Striker, and that's before we even get into all the extra damage. So yeah, Striker is pretty good, especially when it comes to PvE. And just to finish off the rest of the build, I've paired it with the Memento backpack, which in my opinion is best in slot when it comes to solo PvE content. I mean, it just gives so many advantages in just one gear piece. And for the final piece, we have one Fenris for the extra 10% assault rifle damage, and that brings me to the most unexpected main weapon for this setup, which is none other than the Chameleon Exotic Assault Rifle. Now I want you guys to be honest for 1 second. When was the last time you saw anyone using this weapon? I literally just tried this out while doing this video, and in that short time, it has become my go-to when it comes to running Striker in PvE. I mean, it synergizes perfectly with the gear set, the rate of fire, with the weapon handling, the Striker stacks, and then you add the talent Adaptive Instincts, which gives us another 3 bonuses as we hit targets. I mean, it's almost like this was made with this gear set in mind. Think about it. At full stacks, we will have 130% extra weapon damage from Striker, another 30% at full stacks with Memento, and then 90% more when hitting body shots with the Chameleon. That's an extra 250% weapon damage with this setup, which is insane, especially for content where you have really tanky enemies like legendary missions or even countdown on heroic. You guys have to try this out, man. And just to show a little love to my initial idea when I tried this out, the Bullet King is also an amazing option when using this setup we still get a ton of extra weapon damage, plus the added ability of not having to reload and also being able to use the contractor's gloves for the extra damage is a great combination. And to go over my final build stats and skills for the chameleon version of the setup, we finish with 51.4% crit chance and 116.4% crit damage. And of course, these will both increase as the stacks on the chameleon increases. And for our skills, we are using the Banshee Pulse and the Striker Drone. Feel free to use whatever skills you would like. I was mainly using these just to rank them up on the expertise system. And to quickly go over our specialization, we are using Gunner mainly for the talent Barrage, which gives us a 5% RPM increase on kill, and also the extra 10% armor on kill, which pairs nicely with Memento. Now, moving on to PvP, guys, I really had a hard time placing this gear set, but here's what I came up with. On one hand, we have amazing damage potential, but on the other hand, we just don't have that much survivability. And while trying to pair this gear set with items that would not only suit my solo playstyle, but also allow me to compete with other top builds, I kept finding myself losing all the best parts about the gear set. So we're going to make two main changes in the setup. First, we're going to swap the chest piece for Ridgeway's Pride. Yes, we will lose the potential for 200 stacks, but we will gain the ability to not only bleed and slow our targets down, but also gain a little bit of regen while in combat. And just thinking about that, with the fast pace of PvP, getting and maintaining 200 stacks would be nearly impossible anyway. And for the second change, we will be swapping Memento for the Striker backpack to gain the talent risk management. Now, this to me makes a whole lot more sense, as we will always benefit from the weapon damage increase of 0.65 to 1%. And we will finish this setup once again with one Fenris to enhance our AR damage. Now, moving on to weapons, I think we have two main options to go with, which are either the FAMAS with Measured or the FAMAS with Sadist. With Measured, you will definitely gain a strong initial burst of damage due to the combination of the 15% rate of fire plus the way Measured works at the beginning of the clip, whereas Sadist will allow you to hit harder throughout the entire clip and provide more sustained damage. For our secondary weapon, we are using the Vector with Sadist as well. And finally, for our base weapon stats, we finish with 49% crit chance and 128.5% crit damage on our FAMAS, and max crit chance with 138% crit damage on our Vector. For our skills, we are using the Defender Drone, of course, for the added protection, and we are using the Stinger Hive to bleed our enemies as much as possible to continue gaining the regen. And for my final opinion on Striker, it's 100% a go for PvE content. I've already placed it in my loadout and I'm looking forward to using it more and increasing the rank on all the pieces. But for PvP, I would say that it's okay for solo use. It's definitely better if you're in a group. And not to sound like a broken record, this doesn't mean at all that Striker is not good in PvP. It just means that the current meta is way too strong. But let me know what you guys think. Do you like Striker? Do you agree or disagree with my variations? All criticism is welcome. But that's going to be it for me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the build. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. I'm out.